The veil of deception has been lifted. We can see clearly now. Now remember, I'm speaking to an audience who's been following my work for the last 3 years. They know what's going on. So it kind of makes us all ashamed to be an American to a certain degree, but this is going on all around the world, so don't feel so bad. It's just the way things are. It's sorcery, it's witchcraft. Call it whatever you want, man. It ain't good. But this is happening, and they want to transform the world into their image. And this goes back to ancient Assyria and Babylon, like cross-dressing, child sacrifice, and drinking blood. That's what these people actually do. This is their religion. Big old hair covering up a lot of stuff, right? So we can't quite see through that jungle of hair. The hideous man-beast. That's really not that hard to spot. I guess back then we're just too polite, really. It's like, well, we wouldn't want to. It's just an ugly woman. Don't say anything. You can tell by the skull with these. Some of them are tough to tell, but that's why they do so much surgery. Big head, Adam's apple, right? Big fake breasts. It took me a while for me to see that, right? And Victoria does have a secret, caked on the makeup. That's why they look so phony. That's why they don't look like real people, even. I mean, they just with all the best makeup and lipstick and hair, right? They can kind of fool you, right? If you're not really paying attention, it'll fool you. They all look like this on TV now, right? All the celebrities look like that. They look kind of like hot young bimbos at first, right? But then if you take a close look, you can barely even see it, right? You can barely tell, but you can tell the torso is quite wide and thick. They have broad shoulders. They have big skulls. It's just the externals that look feminine. It's all fake. You can see how they kind of looked more like women back then. I think some of these were real women. They started out looking like women. So they started to transform our perception of what a woman really looks like. Hand on the hips, straight up and down torso, broad shoulders, right? Hip to shoulder ratio, right? Shoulders wider than the hips. That's a male feature. These are men with, lipstick and all that stuff. They're in disguise. So as the hips got smaller, they're basically hiding it less and less. They're changing our perception of what women really look like. That's what this magazine is all about, right? That's the big secret. The devil horns. They're not rabbit ears. They're devil horns. So the ones back then, they really had to make them look like normal women because people still knew what real women looked like. Nowadays, we don't know because everyone just watches TV. And he had to spend so much money on breast augmentation because they're men. This is all part of the transpocalypse, man. Getting men to lust after trannies. It's about ending human reproduction, all right? They were doing this 4,000 years ago in Babylon, all right? That's pretty well documented, actually. People they were castrating themselves and dressing in women's clothing. The pagans were doing it, and they continue to run the world today. Nothing has changed.